Hi, my name is Bernard Avle. I am a radio and TV presenter, CTFM CTTV, and I also will be moderating a panel at the SDG Investment Fair here in Accra, Ghana. I'm looking forward to meaningful contributions around the idea of social impact. I think that profits are great. We need to make money, but we've come to a point where we realize that, especially in a developing world, we need to place social impact at the center of, if you want, even capitalism, right? So I'm expecting to hear intelligent, practical ways in which we can place the effect of our policies on people's lives as it pertains to education, health, the environment, because we have a lot of problems, right? And I think that embedded in those problems are solutions. But those solutions should not be crafted on the basis of just how much money can be made, but on how many people's lives can be bettered. And I feel social impact needs to be brought back to the center of every conversation about what government is doing, what private sector is doing, what media is doing, so that we account for projects or programs not just on a pecuniary level, but on a human development level, if you want. So I'm hoping to hear some really local examples. I get the sense we have different people coming from across the world who have experiences to share. So it would be nice to know what works in India, what works in South America, what works in the US, that we can apply and contextualize. I want people to be real. I'm looking forward to practical things, not pie in the sky ideas. I think if you listen to some of the sessions I've sat in already, most people here are competent in what they do. So we are not here to reinvent the wheel or to define what is. What we want to hear more is what works and how, and also to attach some urgency to making social impact become the center of the conversation. So I'm really looking forward to some of the panels, and I hope that we will leave here with clear steps, what to do next, where, that kind of thing, yes. The private sector knows this, that if you follow just the market, as I think Ashif or Ashwin, one of the curators said, the invisible hand has failed, right, in directing us to where we ought to go. So people in banking, finance, they know that if you don't place the social sector at the center of what you do, you just distort things. What I think we ought to do as media is to ask the right questions, create the right platforms for people who have various aspects of the solution to talk to each other. So we become like a public square where we don't just go one track. So I think my responsibility as a journalist and a moderator is to look for the right people, to give them the voice, and then also to direct them with the right questions. Because a lot of times, I'll give an example, in our job, when we analyze a budget, a lot of my journalists ask questions only on the monetary, financial side. They don't go beyond that to ask about the people, the society, the environment. They don't do that. So as an editor in a station, so we need to guide the questions, because the quality of the question brings the answer. And I think the media in Ghana, being very free, has a big responsibility to try and redirect the focus of duty bearers and the private sector to what really matters, which is social impact and people, not just profit. So I take that responsibility, and I hope we can do that effectively. Look, I was surprised to find out this was actually sort of being, I don't want to say sponsored, but obviously the finance ministry is strong, and then the office of the president, SDG, I was quite impressed, because typically the finance ministry will be looking for money to do things, but to think that the finance ministry can sort of coordinate an SDG type thing, it tells you they are thinking right. And it tells me that we, the media, need to carry this message, right? Because a lot of times, I've interviewed the finance minister twice, and a lot of the questions people send in have to do with their personal lives. But the way we have framed our interviews with finance ministers is always macroeconomic stability, how much debt is Ghana in, and we look at the big numbers. But most people want to know what happens to them. Can I get access to medicine when I go to the office? So I feel if the finance ministry wants to, quote unquote, humanize the way it manages the finances, it's a very big thing, and we need to amplify the message. you can't, you see, somebody said to me, if you're doing something socially good, it's your responsibility to make it profitable so it can be sustainable. So we're not against profits. But what we're saying is that you can make money in a way that brings more benefit. And the factors you analyze in assessing a project should not just be money. So that's what I'm saying. We are bringing social impact to the center. It's almost, look at most company reports. CSR is at the end. Look at the top lines, the numbers, the money, everybody makes money, and then they say, oh, we did a few boreholes here, we did. No. Social impact needs to be at the center. So in doing your financial evaluation of a project, how many people will get access to water, for example? And you see, it's not everything that you've heard it before. It's not everything that counts that can be counted, right? So I feel this is a very good platform. We must amplify, and it's a unique opportunity actually. You have a place like Gomoa West, one of the poorest regions in Ghana. Most people are farmers and fisher folk. You have a factory that plants potatoes. They use maybe 80 farm hands. They peel the potatoes, they process it, and they produce packaged products that they can sell and make money and pay school fees. This factory is in the local community, right? So somebody may have given them $1 million to start the project, but they're looking at how many people they've employed, how many women have been employed, how many disabled people have been employed. What processes do they use to produce the potato chips? How environmentally friendly is it? What can we do with the tomato waste, with the potato waste? So if you start thinking around social impact, even if I have $1 million, I won't just say, okay, how much money will you make after producing the potatoes? But I now begin to look at the various ways in which Gomoa West changes after that investment. That's what we want. That's what my show discusses every day. That's what we need to see. And I think we need to amplify such stories. That it's not just having a factory producing plastic chairs and polluting the environment and making 1 million CDs. It's a factory that has 160 human beings who have 2,000 dependents, who use their waste products to produce power. You get me? So in doing that, you're solving a multiple. So it's a very, very important. This is a very, very important approach to solve. Because don't forget, our problems are interlinked, right? Environmental issues, unemployment, crime. And because we use one track solution that having been social enough, you solve one problem, you create two more. So this is actually what you want. So once you're solving unemployment, you're creating jobs, you're getting people to develop their skills, you're giving people good quality food, you're protecting the environment, you're dealing with waste, and you're making money. That's what we need.